Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Super Breakdown. Today we'll be looking at the MSN-0411 Nightingale, piloted by Shar Aznable himself from Beltorchicus Children. The Nightingale is a souped-up version of the Sazabi, of course, and I like it a lot in this game. I think it's got a lot of good utility to it. The basic shot can be charged into a arcable, movable Garobi, which is great, by the way. Having a Garobi on lock whenever you want it is really powerful. You have your funnels, of course, which will circle until you fire, and then will fire. You only have the one shot of them, and then they have to recharge, but very nice still. You have a melee charge that lets you fire off a spread of missiles, which is very nice. They have pretty good homing on them as well. You have the beam shotgun. It does fire right in front of you, so you need to make sure that you are aimed correctly. You also have this stun, which is very nice. Your striker is the same stun. So you basically have two stuns. Striker, of course, does not recharge, but you can pull those stuns out basically whenever you want, which is very nice. The Nightingale is just really powerful. It is a 500 cost, but as compared to the Sazabi, I think it has everything the Sazabi has, but better, for the most part. I think it has less missiles, I suppose, but having the Garobi that you can just pull out whenever you want is very nice. The funnels aren't, you don't have as many, but I think they're better in that they don't fire on their own now. So you aim them when you want to use them, you know? As we go into the second round, we ask, should you use the Nightingale? I've had to re-record that 3 times because I kept saying Sazabi. Yeah, I think the Nightingale's worth it. The only thing is it's DLC. So you'd have to buy it. $5. Of all the DLC suits, I think it's probably the most powerful. I don't know that it's the most fun. I think I still have the most fun with the H1 between the Titus and the Spallo and the Flat. But I would say the Nightingale is the most powerful of the DLCs. I think, honestly, it is worth it, but that is completely up to you. Of course, with the online multiplayer in this game being dead, that's forward melee, by the way. It is a decision if you want to spend money buying DLC suits in this game. I still think it's worth it. There's back melee, but I will leave that decision up to you, dear viewer. Under the assumption that you have purchased all the DLC, that's side melee, I would say yes, absolutely use the Nightingale. It's super worth it. And that's basic melee. Forward melee. There is no charge melee, which is kind of interesting. You just have forward melee. But, hey, you know, it's fine. The last thing we have to show off is the burst. Go ahead and take, health-wise, take him out right there. Quick sidestep shot. And then we'll use the burst on when he's got a little bit of health. The only thing I don't really like about the Nightingale, other than the fact that it's DLC, is the burst. I think the burst is kind of lame, to be honest. It's the Garobi and the stun at the same time, which means that you can catch them with it. But as you saw there, you can use the stun outside of the Garobi. And you can use the Garobi outside of the stun. You can turn with the burst and fire them in opposite directions, which is very useful, especially in 2v2s or 3v3s. The last big thing is that the Nightingale's melee is not that good. It does the job. It gets them away, and you can sidestep with it. But the Nightingale's pretty slow about getting in on people, so that is something to keep in mind. With all that said, though, I have been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. And remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that the Nightingale has to offer. As we go into the second round, we ask, should you use the Sazabi?